He was betrayed, locked away for years, then came back with a vengeance. In the year 1815, a young sailor named Edmond Dantes stands on the deck of the merchant ship Pharaon, returning home to Marseille. Loyal, honest, and full of promise, Edmond is respected by his crew and admired by his employer. Beside him is Fernand Mondego, a man of noble birth, but adrift in life, lacking purpose. Their journey takes an unexpected detour to the island of Elba, where the exiled emperor Napoleon Bonaparte resides. When their captain, Leclerc, suddenly falls gravely ill, Edmond assumes command. On his deathbed, the captain entrusts Edmond with a letter meant for a contact on the island. Reluctantly, Edmond agrees. On Elba, he meets Napoleon himself, who urgently hands him a letter to be delivered secretly. Back aboard the Pharaon, tragedy strikes as Captain Leclerc passes away in his sleep. With Edmond at the helm, the ship returns to Marseille, and the ship owner Morel, impressed by Edmond's composure and leadership, promotes him to captain. For Edmond, a man of humble beginnings, this is a dream fulfilled. He rushes home to his beloved fiancée, Mercedes. Their love is pure, and their wedding is only days away. But their happiness is not shared by all. Fernand watches, jealousy twisting in his gut. He envies Edmond's rise, the respect he commands, and above all, his relationship with Mercedes. Meanwhile, Danglars, the ship's treasurer, is stewing in resentment. He too believes he should have been captain. When Fernand shares his bitterness, a dangerous plan is hatched. Together, they write an anonymous letter accusing Edmond of conspiracy with Napoleon. During his engagement celebration, Edmond is arrested in front of Mercedes and his father. No charges are explained. No trial is given. He is taken away, while Fernand hides in the shadows, satisfied. Edmond is brought before the deputy prosecutor, Villefort. When Villefort reads the letter Edmond was carrying, his face darkens. It implicates Villefort's own father, a Bonapartist sympathizer. To protect his career, Villefort burns the letter and sends Edmond to the most feared prison in France, the Château d'If. As Edmond is being escorted to a boat to be transported to the prison, desperation takes over. He fights off the guards, steals a horse, and escapes. He rides to Fernand's estate, begging his old friend for help. But Fernand reveals the truth. He and Danglars plotted Edmond's arrest. Fernand even read Napoleon's letter while Edmond slept. When Edmond demands to know why, Fernand coldly admits it was all out of jealousy. A brutal fight erupts, but Fernand overpowers Edmond. Soldiers arrive and arrest Edmond once again. This time, Fernand ensures he is sent away for good. At the Château d'If, Edmond meets the brutal warden, Armand d'Orléac. D'Orléac mockingly tells Edmond he knows he's innocent, because only innocent men are sent there. As part of the prison's grim tradition, Edmond is beaten annually on the anniversary of his arrival. Back in Marseille, Mercedes searches for Edmond but is told he's dead. Villefort lies to her. Fernand offers comfort, and over time, Mercedes, believing Edmond gone forever, marries him. Years pass. In his stone cell, Edmond is abused and tormented. One day, he tries to end his life by hanging himself, but a carved message on the wall gives him pause. Then, he hears scratching through the wall. It's another prisoner, an old priest named Abbé Faria. Over time, Faria educates Edmond in history, science, language, economics, swordplay, and strategy. Edmond transforms. He grows in knowledge, strength, and resolve. Faria eventually uncovers the truth behind Edmond's imprisonment. Fernand, Danglars, and Villefort each had a hand in betraying him. Edmond's purpose becomes clear: revenge. One day, the escape tunnel collapses and fatally wounds Faria. Before dying, he shares one final secret, a treasure hidden on the island of Monte Cristo. Edmond hides inside Faria's burial sack, is thrown into the sea and pulls Dorliac into the water, drowning him. He frees himself and swims to freedom. He's rescued by smugglers. To earn his place, he duels a pirate named Jacopo and spares his life. Jacopo becomes his loyal friend. With his help, Edmund finds the treasure on Monte Cristo. With unimaginable wealth at his disposal, he reinvents himself as the mysterious Count of Monte Cristo. He returns to Marseille and visits Morel, who believes Edmund is dead. Edmund learns Fernand and Mercedes now live in Paris. He sets his plan in motion. Using his new persona, Edmund ingratiates himself into Parisian high society. He befriends Albert, the son of Fernand and Mercedes, after staging a fake kidnapping and rescue. Through Albert, he is introduced to Fernand himself. Fernand doesn't recognize Edmund, now the refined Count. At a grand ball, Mercedes meets the Count and senses something familiar. In private, she confronts him. He denies it, but the doubt lingers. The Count visits Villefort, confronting him with his past crimes. Under pressure, Villefort admits he ordered his father killed and falsely imprisoned Edmund. But the Count had set a trap. Police officers overhear the confession. Villefort is arrested. As he tries to shoot himself in the police truck, Edmund appears and tells him, "You thought it would be that easy." Mercedes visits Edmund's estate. She reveals the pain of believing him dead. Fernand manipulated her. Edmund finally admits his true identity. They part in tears. Back at home, Fernand prepares to flee as his fortunes crumble. Mercedes returns and reveals a final truth. Albert is Edmund's son. She was pregnant before Edmund was arrested and rushed her marriage to Fernand to hide it. Panicked, Fernand races to his hidden vault, only to find it empty. Behind him stands Edmund, now completely revealed. They fight, and this time Edmund has the skills of a swordsman trained for vengeance. Albert arrives and defends Fernand, still unaware. Then Mercedes arrives and tells Albert the truth. Edmund is his real father. As Fernand raises a gun to shoot Edmund and Albert, Jacopo throws a knife, diverting the shot. Tragically, Mercedes is hit. Fernand attempts to flee, but returns to challenge Edmund to a duel. Edmund defeats him in combat, delivering a fatal blow. At last, Edmund lets go of the Count of Monte Cristo. He reclaims his name, his love, and his family. Standing beside Mercedes and Albert, he walks away from vengeance into a new life. Edmond Dantès lost everything: his love, his freedom, his name. But in that loss, he found purpose, wisdom, and ultimately, redemption. His story reminds us, no matter how deep the betrayal, how long the wait, justice can prevail. And even in the darkest cells, hope survives. That was the full recap of the movie, The Count of Monte Cristo. If you liked it, check out the full movie. I've linked it in the description below for you to download and watch. Thank you for watching this scoop. If you enjoyed this epic tale, vengeance and redemption, be sure to like, subscribe to Scoop Spy, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Until next time, keep watching, keep wondering, and we'll see you on the next scoop.